Good morning. Today we're going to go to 4 different windows, the little windows, to see where they are and who they are and why they're here. But before that, the psalm for today's Mass. Hear, O Lord, the sound of my call. Have pity on me and answer me. Of you my heart speaks. You my glance seeks. Your presence, O Lord, I seek. Hide not your face from me. Do not in anger repel your servant. You are my helper. Cast me not off. I believe that I shall see the bounty of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord with courage. Be stout-hearted. Wait for the Lord. The response, I long to see your face. Today, we'll be looking at 4 faces and how important those faces are to our faith history. St. John Newman, the first. It is by the area in the church near the Blessed Sacrament. This is an unusual saint because, or shouldn't say unusual, special saint, because this is one of the first native-born American saints. However, he was born in Bohemia and then came here, but spent most of his life in the States. He was the 4th bishop for the Diocese of Philadelphia, now the Archdiocese. And at the time of his being the bishop of Philadelphia, where we are in this county, was actually part of the Philadelphia Diocese. Think about that, and how far out we are from Philly, and what that diocese was, and how today everything is much more compact. Our Lady gives us the chance today to see St. John Newman. We're now at St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. A little hard to see with the drum set around her. Elizabeth was the first truly native-born American saint. She is also something unique in that she is not one of the original stained glass windows in the church. All the others came together except for this one. This one was brought in at the 75th anniversary of the parish. It is this window that was put in. And it is Elizabeth Ann Seton who is our guide when it comes to Catholic education, and especially being an American, our heritage here in this country, the connection of our faith along with our national heritage and trust in the country that we have been given. This window in the rear of the church, choir side as we like to call it, is St. Andrew. It is one of the usual saints because it is one of the apostles. But there's a history behind why St. Andrew is here. And that is to remind us, to always remind us of the priest who built our church. Not St. Andrew, Father Andrew Cogan. My connection to this window is a little different. When I see St. Andrew, I think of one other person. My sponsor at confirmation, my cousin Andrew. Cousin is a very strange way of looking at things. He was older than us by a number of years. But he was a guide for me. So whenever I see this Andrew, I think not of Father Cogan, unluckily, but I think of my Andrew Hahn. And I think about his example for me in my life. The the final of the four windows we're speaking about today is St. John Vianney. St. John Vianney is the patron saint of priests and confessors. And this window was not originally here. This window was up where St. Elizabeth Ann Seton was. And it was moved here during that Diamond Jubilee celebration because of our proximity to the Reconciliation Room. St. John Vianney, the patron of confessors, next to the confessional, the Reconciliation Room. St. John Vianney is probably one of the most integral people when it comes to priests. It is our patron. There are patrons for every occupation, every vocation in life. Ours is John. And that's why we remember him here in this corner of the church. I hope this week was informative for you as to the windows that surround us. And one final thing, I thought you might want to know where it came from. I left the page up front. And one final thing about our windows. They were all created by the Bout, B-A-U-T, studios of Swoyersville, PA. That's S-W-O-Y-E-R-S-V-I-L-L-E. They were installed for the initial dedication of the church in 1981. Have a good day.